as I conjure up this cheap trick. I remember when Ian McKellen was nominated for an Oscar, this was the clip they chose because they clearly had no idea what else to choose. McKellen is perfect, but a Best Actor nod is a little weird. I mean, Sean Bean's performance is right there.
Keep it secret. Keep it safe.
Gandalf thinks there's more to this ring than he first thought, so he ventures out to do some research, leading to one of the cooler shots in the movie. We see a giant tower in Mordor. Holy smokes, that thing is huge, but then, in the same shot, it's shown that's just part of another tower that's literally so big you can't see the top of it. That's a clever reveal. The words Shire and Baggins are shouted as Gandalf figures out the One Ring is in fact the Ring of Sauron.
Is it secret? Is it safe?
Great callback to that awkward shot you got before. Yeah, I don't know what's up with the weird close-ups in this.
For 60 years, the ring lay quiet in Bilbo's keeping.
Gandalf reveals this is the One Ring to rule them all, and in the wrong hands, Sauron could return.
His life force is bound to the ring, and the ring survived.
Sad to say, this is another moment where the pacing's a little off. In the book, Gandalf disappears for 17 years and very calmly tells Frodo what's going on, allowing more time so we can get to know him as characters. However, in the book, the party also goes on for like a bajillion pages, so I get the idea of wanting to get the story going and some real urgency here. The issue is, the tone really goes back and forth. Ooh, gotta hide, shit's getting real. You know, some tease sounds nice, there's no rush. Wait, they heard Shire Baggins. I'm Shire Baggins, we gotta move, we gotta go! Oh, Frodo, your first day of school, let's take a second to really admire this moment. What was that? Get down! It's just a little too back and forth for me.
Confound it all, Samwise Gamgee!
Like I mentioned before, Sam was eavesdropping, so Gandalf says he should go with Frodo on his journey. He says he'll meet with him at an inn after he consults with the head of his order, Saruman, played by Christopher Lee. And you'll be surprised to discover a guy with this appearance who lives in this place is amazingly a bad guy.
Against the power of Mordor, there can be no victory. You must join with Sauron.
But didn't you say on Charlie Rose I'm never a Sauron guy?
I think it's okay. The last guy who was in my spot turned out great.
They have themselves a wizard's duel.
I win!
Which is pretty cool, even if the scene is a little silly.
I gave you the chance of aiding me.
And we cut back to Sam and Frodo, who bump into Merry and Pippin.
A shortcut! A shortcut to what? Mushrooms!
I love that stuff. It makes me feel like I'm on a suburban couch just looking at the ceiling. What a trip! The 9 rings made for men have been corrupted by Sauron, though, and are now the Black Riders, who are about as perfectly intimidating as you can get. They're unstoppable, magically powerful killing machines, except when it comes to water. Come on, guys, break the stereotype Black Riders don't swim.
What business brings you to Bree?
We wish to stay at the inn. Our business is our own.
After passing by the director's cameo,
What's up, Doc? You with a sideshow around here?
they expect to meet up with Gandalf, but he's not been seen for months. They're approached by a ranger named Strider, played by Viggo Mortensen, whose introduction, again, is slightly the victim of odd editing.
Are you frightened?
Yes.
Not nearly frightened enough.
He says the hobbits should be more scared as something terrible is hunting them. Okay, good night. Now, don't get me wrong, making it look like the Black Riders killed them is a good fake-out. Even if it does come after one of the funniest shots in the movie. Like, every 20 minutes, it randomly becomes Looney Tunes. But they're shooting it like, ooh, we're supposed to think Strider let them die. We've only known this guy for literally a minute. Why am I supposed to get that reaction?
Where are you taking us?
Into the wild.
Nicking any camera when I find them.
Gentlemen, we do not stop till nightfall.
Like many of the characters, though, he does bounce out the more the movie goes on. Even if he does literally abandon them at their most vulnerable moments.
Nice crispy bacon.
Put it out, you fools! Put it out!
Uh-oh, now we made enough for the 4 of us. Frodo puts on the ring, but is stabbed by one of the riders, just as Strider tries to save him.
Ow, my face! My doctor said I'm not supposed to get fire on it!
Frodo is infected by the blade he was stabbed with, but thankfully an elf named Arwen, played by Liv Tyler, is there to help. Sorry, let me turn down my elvish backlighting we all have.
We must get him to my father. I offered only here. Torgwaith need Meriathon.
So I don't mind Arwen being given a bigger role here as, A, it is a bit of a sausage fest. I mean, there's more wood here than End Furnish Company. And B, for a character who does have an interesting dilemma in the later films. It just wouldn't have been as engaging if she just greeted them when they got to Rivendell. My only problem is Frodo, the main character, is completely useless. He either needed to step up to the Black Riders at the ruins, the river, or both. And then Strider and/or Arwen saves him. All he does here is constantly lose to gravity. He really needed something to do during at least one of these scenes to get us more invested. Ooh, a battle scar from a tree. She's got badass war wounds.
If you want him, come and claim him.
Okay. Hey, Frank, this water stuff ain't so bad.
Yeah, why were we so afraid of it? Look, there's even horses. Water sucks.
Use that, Frank. Frodo wakes up in Rivendell all healed up, and with Gandalf as well, who explains how Air Deus Ex Machina saved him from Saruman.
There is only one Lord of the Ring.
But you wouldn't know that because you can't see him!
Frodo! Sam, bless you, you're awake!
Funny note, there was pushback to have Sam grab Frodo's hand because some were concerned it might look a little gay. Yeah, that was the scene they thought might give people that impression.
Welcome to Rivendell.
We're introduced to King Elrond, played by Hugo Weaving, who assembles several Middle-earth's most Middle-earthiest looking people to decide what is to be done with the One Ring. Boromir, played by Sean Bean, says it should be used to restore order. Gimli, played by John Rhys-Davies, tries to destroy it without running it by anyone. And Legolas, played by Orlando Bloom, is beautiful.
What would a ranger know of this matter?
He is Aragorn. You owe him your allegiance.
Like how he owes me my scrunchie. While everyone bickers, Frodo seems tortured yet drawn to the ring, so he says he'll be the one to take it to the only place it can be destroyed, Mount Doom. Wait, nobody knew a guy who lived in a place called Mount Doom was bad? Its name is Doom!
You have my sword, and you have my bow.
And my axe.
Here's my sword. Here's my bow.
Here's my axe.
Bye.
Mr. Frodo's not going anywhere without me.
Sam, Merry, and Pippin say they're coming too, and I smell a title drop.
My companions. You shall be the Fellowship of the Ring.
I love the look he gives, like, yeah, I'm proud of that. Yeah, all the movies do this.
There is only one Lord of the Ring.
You shall be the Fellowship of the Ring.
Union of the Two Towers.
Authority is not given to you to deny the return of the king.
Which is ironic because Tolkien didn't like splitting it up into 3 books or the titles they were given. Hell, he said Return of the King basically gave away the ending. Where you on that one, spoiler culture?
It's so light, yeah. Made by the elves, you know.
While talking with Bilbo, who now lives in Rivendell, he finds he's once again drawn to his old friend.
To hold it again one last time.
So yeah, as you may have noticed, there are moments in this trilogy that are a little too over the top. The book keeps it vague, like this could be how Frodo sees him looking similar to Gollum, but the movie does take some scenes a little too literally. I will say though, this is a 3-hour movie, and scenes like this and Galadriel going raw from Stargate do wake the audience up a bit. So even though it's a little much, I do understand why it's there. They do their Avengers trailer shot and make their way to Mordor. When Saruman uses his magic to block their path, they make their way through the mines of Moria, where Gimli's cousin resides.
Speak, friend, and enter.
What do you suppose that?
If you are a friend, you speak the password and the doors will open.
Walt sent me. QWERTY? 12345. Password. Password 1. Password 12345.
Frodo finally does something and figures out you literally speak the word friend in Elvish to open the door. However, not only do they find everyone inside is dead, but a monster is stopping them from going the other way.
We now have but one choice.
This Adobe lighting effect. Don't worry, it'll be the last time anyone botches the lighting in these movies.
There's something down there.
It's Gollum.
But it looks like Gollum, a creature whose life was destroyed by the ring, is following them.
It's a pity Bilbo didn't kill him when he had the chance.
It was pity that stayed Bilbo's hand.
Pity was the name of one of the dwarves who tripped and injured Bilbo's killing hand.
As they venture forth, they discover Gimli's cousin is dead, and yeah, I know I'm repeating myself again and again, but I like the original reaction more of just Gimli tilting his hat over his eyes and walking away. This kind of feels like that cry from the show Intervention.